إنها ملكة مدهشة ممن يمكن أن يطلق عليهم ملوك نيجيريا الحقيقيين، فهي تنتسب إلى الحكام القدامى لتلك الدولة العريقة اقتصاديا في محيط دول فقيرة وهامشية في تلك القارة. شغلتها حقوق المرأة في بلادها وفي العالم، فكانت نشاطاتها سبيلا لها للوصول إلى لقب امرأة العام للسنة الفائتة. في طلتها تذكرك بعروش بلقيس وعشتار وزنوبيا. أكثر ما يؤرقها هو ذلك التواصل البطيء بين دولتها والعالم خصوصا العربي، لذلك نجدها تنادي دوما بمد الجسور مع جميع دول المشرق مبتدئة بدول الخليج. الحديث معها لا يمل، لأنها إنسانة تسعى لأن يكون بلدها بعيدا بمراحل كثيرة عن الهامش في ميزان الدول. إنها نموذج لملكة إفريقية رائعة المنطق وساحرة البيان، والحديث معها هو تلك المتعة التي نتمنى ألا تنتهي. أهلا بكم في هذه الحلقة من للرواد فقط عبر قناة حواس. أهلا بكم مشاهدينا في هذه الحلقة من للرواد فقط مع هير ماجستي الملكة كوين زينب أوتيتي أوبانور from نيجيريا. طبعا في هذه الحلقة هناك تفاصيل جديدة ربما لا يعرفها البعض عن المناطق القديمة في نيجيريا التي لا تزال هناك ملك وملكة وقواعد قديمة وتراديشنز أو تقاليد قديمة. Queen Zainab, you are most welcome in Dubai and in our show Pioneers Only. And I will start by the cause of your visit. I saw your picture on Instagram with the Minister of Economy, and there is an agreement you have done with him. Can we know about this more from you?
Thank you very much. First, we're trying so hard to see how we can bridge the gap between the Middle East and Africa. And Africa is rich with so much mineral resources, human resources, and in terms of agriculture as well. And with the UAE being at the forefront of globalization, technology-wise, infrastructure, and a lot of innovation. So we think it's a hub, and we think it's important for the both continents to bring forth their strength to see how we can continue to progress.
Yeah, and there is some projects of investment here in the country between Nigeria and UAE. And are your visit is official? Can we say that?
I would say this is an official visit. And we're talking to policymakers. And the UAE, as we all know, is a very progressive nation. And we hope that this is a way for the both continents to see how they can bring forth the people who can be able to contribute in both continents. By Africa bringing forth the things that they have, and the Middle East also taking to Africa the things that they need as well. So I think development can move from here.
This is your, you have on beside your work in humanitarian and to help people and to rescue some children from poverty and sickness. Your foundation called Forward?
Yes, Forward Foundation.
Yeah.
Of course, we have individuals who have been very supportive to our cause, and everyone could be charitable, so it means that everyone could contribute in ways. And because we have so much that we are doing with women and with children who are less privileged, yes, of course, we've had individuals, organizations who's come forth to try to see how they can help.
Yeah, it's an independent organization.
It is a non-profit organization.
Yeah. And how you can find the funds for it and the support?
We talk to individuals, we talk to organizations, and people have been charitable enough to support. They see that we're doing something that is good, and they try to support. So we've been trying, and more needs to be done, of course.
Yeah, you mentioned that charity has no frontiers or borders, and your work is not only for Nigeria, for all Africa. So, and you are not based only in one place, as I know. How can you manage this? How do you feel when you are helping all the children everywhere and the poor?
I consider myself a child of the world. It means that I feel a part and parcel of everywhere that I go. So it's not about Nigeria, it's not about Africa, it's not even about anywhere, it's about the world in total. How can I help? How can I help someone who is in need, regardless of where they come from? So it's without borders, truly.
You have something to say about the best feeling is to give something for someone who cannot repay you. So can we know about this this character in you? This makes you happy when you do this.
Yeah, it's about fulfillment, really. When you try to help people, it's not about helping them, it's about helping yourself. And that's what people don't understand, that having a charitable heart, it's not about the person you're helping, it's about yourself, and it fulfills you in so many ways. So I enjoy what I do, and I hope to do more.
Your Majesty, you were being honored as Humanitarian Woman of the Year from the United Nations. Can you talk for us about it?
I feel very honored. And in fact, I think I would ask myself, I don't think I deserve it. Yes, because I don't think I've done, I don't think I've done enough to deserve that. But I feel very inspired, and I'm inspired to want to do more.
But how you feel when you are very popular? Yani you broke the rules, you are, as we see, revolutionary personality. So we're gonna talk about human rights and whatever, but from the humanitarian way, how did they heard about you in the UN?
I don't know. I'm sure the UN, they know how they get to people and know what they do. But I don't always see myself as I'm not a conformist, I'm not a rebel, but I just try to do what is right. And I hope that not for other people to recognize it, but for my own self-satisfaction. And I think I'm very comfortable in my shoes, and I'm happy trying to support people and give people a voice.
Are you trying to do some plans to give these people some jobs, to do some jobs, not to be always getting money, and to make them learn how to live, how to prosper?
Yes, currently we are doing a lot of humanitarian vocational training for the women and for the youngest, of course. We're training them in a lot of things, skills. They acquire a lot of skills, and we empower them right after. But more importantly, we try to orientate them, because without understanding things, people really can't move forward in life. So even when you try to empower them, if you don't sensitize them, they might not be able to do anything with their lives. So we're trying as much as we can to empower them. So it's not about giving them fish, but we're trying to teach them to fish.
Yeah, this is what the point. Yeah. You have many friends from the royal family here in UAE. Sheikhat, I will tell you in Arabic, I will say to you. So what is the experience that you share with them about your country and your mission?
Yeah, I've always been part and parcel of the Middle East, mind you, and I tell people I've been visiting the Middle East since I was 2. So
2 years old?
Yeah, so it means that I've pretty much gone around all the Middle Eastern countries, most of them, and I'm friends with a whole lot of them. And I think that the Middle East and Africa, they have so much in common. Maybe the difference is language, a bit of how we look sometimes, but character-wise, culture, and a whole lot of things. Just the way the Middle East believes so much in extended family structure. That's how it is in Africa as well. So there's so much in common. Maybe that's the gap I'm trying to bridge, because I'm like a woman who has her 2 legs in different places. When I'm in the Middle East, I feel like I'm in Africa. When I'm in Africa, I feel like I'm in the Middle East. And I feel my heart is in both places, and it's important to bridge that gap because it's the same.
But there is different differences in the regime or the corruption, or you have in Nigeria gold, you have uranium, you have natural resources, but how we can get benefit from it? And is it easy to this fortune be in the country and to develop the country more and more?
Of course, with right leadership, there will be development. And look at the UAE, this is right leadership, so you can see it. it's visible. So with right leadership, every nation will prosper.
Do you agree with the plans of the president of Nigeria? Is there any connection together, any sharing ideas, any project you're gonna do with them?
The government is always open to ideas. It's a receptive government, so there's a whole lot to do with them, and of course they support individuals who are doing what is right. So definitely, in the future, there will be so much.
Queen Zainab, you launched the 3-in-1 campaign, 3-in-1 Africa campaign.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it? It's concerning women rights. How happened?
Yeah, the 1-in-3 Africa campaign is it's about violence against domestic violence, and so to speak. It's really not about women. It's not about trying to turn women into rebels to go home and start fighting their husband. No. It's, if you look at the world today, it's actually, the world is exactly very violent. So it means it's not about women, it's not about men. It means what we are trying to do with our organization, the 1-in-3 African campaign, is how do we reduce, if not banish, domestic violence? Because truly, if the home is not settled, this could be related to your dealings in the outside world too. And of course, with homes that have children, they don't want to come out of those homes. They grow up, you know, very dysfunctional. So it's not about women only, it's about men. Some men are also abused. It's about the society at large. It's about men and women trying to live in peace. And for me, that is very important. Why
it's 3-in-1? Because 3 women. The equation is what, 3-in-1?
Yeah, the reason why we named it 1-in-3 Africa is because statistically, the UN has said 1-in-3.
1-in-3, not 3.
Yeah, 1-in-3 women is being abused, and we looked at it. Okay, what should we call this campaign? 1-in-3. But if you look very well on the footage of the campaign, you will see there was a lot of men. A lot of men did the work as well because they were out there. They did the campaign because it's not about women only. It's about both men and both women. Some men have watched their mothers being abused. Some men are being abused. Some men have seen their sisters being abused.
So what do you advise?
I think it's important to realize that, does violence pay? It doesn't. And I would say any man who really understands the basics of life will understand that it's important that when a woman is kept under your care, you look after her. And in return, she looks after you too. It's a two-way thing. So I think basically it's not about women only. It's about both men and women. The world exactly is violent. So how do we reduce violence in the world?
So this is a campaign and it will take time, but maybe you will find the result at the end.
Everything takes time.
Queen Zainab, also on the other side, you were here attending for gala dinner of fashion. You were a guest of honor. So you have many diversity in your personality. You are interested in fashion too. How it comes?
I think fashion is not really about what we wear. The human being is a constantly evolving entity, and fashion is about identity, evolving, and it's a combination of so many things. And if you look deeply, this epitomizes the transcendental nature of fashion, that it's really not about what we wear, it's about our entire lifestyle and where we are going. And so for me, it's deep. It's deeper than just clothes.
Queen Zainab, can we see you one day a fashion designer? Because you have your point of view about fashion, and Can you do this for business, or you will create your own brand?
Who knows? Possibly. I could wake up tomorrow and say I want to be a fashion designer. It's beautiful. The world of fashion is beautiful. It's constantly evolving, and that's the human nature.
Okay, we're gonna stop now for a break, and we'll continue our interview about where you come from, what is your ambitions, and who inspires you, and how comes you become a very successful personality from Africa. مشاهدينا ابقوا معنا بعد هذا الفاصل، نعود اليكم في هذه الحلقه مع الملكه زينب from Nigeria. اهلا بكم مشاهدينا، نقبل حديثنا مع الملكه زينب from Nigeria, Queen Zainab. Now we're going to talk about your experience and how it reflects your ambition to help women, especially the divorced one, and sure they have many judgments from society, and always they are blaming women when she's divorced, and the media talked about your divorce, but we're gonna don't mention it here in our episode, but you're gonna tell us how do you feel when people judges your step, and it's very dangerous step.
The society is always very judgmental, so that's for sure. That people will always have opinions about every step that you take, either right or wrong. People will always have opinions, but I think generally no one likes divorce. It's not a good thing, but there are fundamental reasons why people can't stay together, but it doesn't make them bad. But we just move on, and we try to be honorable as much as we can. But if we talk about women dealing with divorce, it's not exactly very easy. It's not easy for the woman, it's not easy for the man.
You think men don't like a strong woman to be on his side? To share with him life and...
I can say for all men. Maybe some men don't, maybe some do, but they have their personal reasons. And I don't think really divorces are about being strong or not being strong, but they're just other issues that will not make marriages work. But if it doesn't work, you try again next time.
Or maybe it will
because that's life. You keep
trying.
You keep trying.
Yeah. You have a statement on your social media account about the woman driving in Saudi Arabia. You were encouraging this step, so tell us why.
Because it's good that the leadership of Saudi recognizes the fact that women are very important to nation building. So I praise the leadership of Saudi for taking such step. And I think it's a good thing. I think it will instill more confidence in the women as well.
You had many obstacles in your life. You are a princess. You born a princess from south of Nigeria.
Yeah.
And then you get married to the king of...
from the southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the owner of Ile-Ife. So how is the queen's life in Nigeria and the princess before? Yeah.
I think life comes with a lot of responsibilities. Either being a queen, a princess, a regular person, you just have responsibilities and you must leave it. So there's nothing special about being a queen. You're just a normal person with maybe more responsibilities.
Maybe only you think that.
I don't know, maybe because this is me and this is how I think life is. And
but when you were born with a title, don't let you think that life is easy, you can do whatever you want, you will become spoiled somehow.
No, life is not easy.
For a queen or a queen,
it's not easy for anyone.
Yeah.
Life is not easy for anyone. It's not a bed of roses.
What was your dream when you were little? What you wanted to be as you are now?
Maybe I really wanted to touch the world. I always dreamt of what can I do for the world? Why am I here? Because I think that between getting born and dying, there's something we are all meant to be doing. It means that I came to this world for a reason. And maybe in the course of my life, I kept on looking for that reason why I'm here. how do I help people? How do I go to sleep at night feeling very happy because someone else is happy because I helped them? For me, that is very important, and I think that's why I came here on earth, to help. Yeah.
Queen Zainab, how come that you are famous? يعني there is queens in Africa, but you are more famous than everyone. Is it in you, in yourself, your character, your good relationship with, you are active? What is the reason?
I don't know, that's a very funny question, but I don't know why. I'm not a musician and I'm not an actress, but so you can say I'm on the television every now and again, but I feel maybe people remember you for the things you do. So, and maybe I'm remembered for the things that I do. And I don't know about being famous. I always don't try to remember myself as that. So that's why I try to live a very normal life. It helps me. I enjoy it.
But يعني there is many women who are inspired from you, from your character, your way to talk, your way to defend rights and human rights in general. Who inspires you? And from where you get this energy?
Yeah, I think I get a lot of, I got a lot of inspiration from my mom. She was very humble, God rest her soul. She died a couple of years ago. And she was very humble. And I learned a lot, family values, how to treat people, and knowing fully that nothing in this life is free. It's what you put into the world, that's what you get. So, and I learned a whole lot of this, and this is my policies, and these are the things that have shaped me as a person. So I would say my mom was, she's just my role model, even though she's late. I still remember a lot of her values.
Many people make the comparison between you and Diana, Lady Diana. They said that you are Diana of Africa. Do you agree with that?
I think those are people's opinions about maybe because of things that has happened in my life, and they sort of compare notes. And but I mean, I admire Princess Diana so much, but I can't say I'm Princess Diana of Africa. But I think this is my life part. I believe in destiny, nasib.
Nasib, yes.
And I feel that that's what we are all living. We are all living our destiny, and I think this is my destiny, and that was Diana's destiny.
Can you tell us about the obstacles that you faced in your way of success?
Life is full of obstacles. It's not exactly very straight. It's not a straight life, but nothing is perfect. But you can always learn from the things that happen to you. And I think personally what I do is that I draw strength from my failures. I draw strength from my pain. You have to ask yourself, how do I leverage this situation? So everything that's happened to me in my life, what I try to do, I use them as ladder to climb to the next level. And I feel this has helped me to see them as gifts, not obstacles. So I don't really believe in obstacles.
You are optimist.
Yeah, I'm an optimist, and I don't consider obstacles. I consider them as a gift, because later on you will realize that, again, I say nasib. Everything is destiny, because it means that that issue happened to you for a reason. Everything is for a reason.
Do you think you have a mission in life to do?
This is my mission, that I inspire people. So if I meet people, I leave them with something. It could be something I said. It could be what I gave to them. But I just have to leave them with something. They will remember me for something. And I hope that it's not something that is bad.
Yeah, there is many things give sadness in Africa. The poverty, and you do some charity in giving food, clothes, basic necessities for underprivileged women, children, and old age people. Do you think that once we will wake up and find all of this problem, of this sadness get away, new age?
Poverty is an epidemic. There are some nations that are facing it worse than some others, and I think that every now and again, organizations will go back to their mission and vision. And if I could say this, that if only that the world leaders could all come together and go back to the mission, vision of our forebears, our ancestors, and say, how do we clean out poverty permanently? It will be difficult, but I believe so much in wealth redistribution. It means there's something called taxation. Taxes are paid just so that the regular citizens could have basic necessities. So until this aspect of leadership is being practiced by the world leaders, I think that the nations that are suffering from poverty, this could help in so many ways. This is the only way, wealth redistribution, this is the only way that poverty could be banished permanently.
Do you see yourself in politics as a leader, as a minister, as someone who is in power and make decisions?
I don't know about politics because I don't know about, the truth is I don't know about tomorrow.
No, you have a target to get, no?
My target is to do what is right. So
maybe people ask you to be
people ask
to
me,
run
yes, people,
for election.
People have asked me that, but the truth is I don't know what God designed for me.
Yeah, you are a believer.
Yeah, so I believe that I've always lived my life believing that I wake up tomorrow, God will lead my path, He will say to me, this is what I want you to do. I get inspired, I go ahead and I do it. But more than anything else, I want to do what is right. So,
before we end this interview, can you, when we are preparing this conversation, I asked you to tell us about Ile Ife, or the place there is kingdom in Nigeria.
Yeah.
How comes and what is the history of this area?
There are several kingdoms in Nigeria. Nigeria has it's a population of over 200 million,
yeah.
And it means that there's several kingdoms from the south, southwest, the north, and the east. And on these kingdoms, they all have kings. They all have royalties and
royal families.
Royal families, and I come from one.
And they get married together.
Yes, I come from one, and I went and married from one, and so it's a large country with so many kingdoms and kings and all of that.
And they are rich kingdoms.
Of course, Africa is rich in human resources, mineral resources, and agriculture. You know, there's so many things in Africa, and that's why this bridge for me is very important. That what can we take out of the Middle East to Africa, and what can Africa bring to the Middle East?
This is your main purpose.
Yeah,
now.
This is my main purpose.
And how did you feel the reaction here in UAE of your ideas and your proposals?
They love it, because the truth is,
you're gonna act now in a few days or a few months to do some huge project.
We're going to be doing things. The most important thing is the Arabs and Africans, they've always done things together. But maybe this particular mission to bridge the gap between the Middle East and Africa goes beyond just a social aspect. It's about culture, it's about economic contributions and all of that. And I think that no kingdom and no nation can truly develop in isolation. So it means by joining forces, there's so much that we can benefit. There's so much strength in the Middle East, there's so much strength in Africa, and I feel that these two continents can do so much for themselves to continue to foster development.
We wish you all the luck, and I will have a question about Beirut, your visit to Beirut. You're going to participate as a guest of honor also. Can we have an idea about your visit to Lebanon?
I would say it's official. I've always visited Lebanon, so I always tell people that my heart is in the Middle East and the Middle East is in my heart. So, and I feel very much at home. And on this trip, I intend to have a very good trip as well, and I intend to continue just about this bridge. So this is important. So I'm taking it as well, just like I've had discussions here in the UAE, I'll have discussions in Beirut and a couple of other nations within the Middle East. And I know for a fact that the both continents can do so much together. And so far, my visit here in the UAE has been wonderful. The people has always been very receptive. The minister is a wonderful man, and he's very progressive minded, and he understands the importance of partnerships, and he understands the importance of the both continents working together, and he has so much dreams for UAE, like the leaders here. So, and I can tell that this is going to go very well.
We thank God for this. Your Majesty, Queen Zainab Obanor, thank you for this conversation, this interview, and we wish you all the luck. Thank you to be with us.
Thank you so much. I feel very honored.
شكرا مشاهدينا المتابعة، نلتقي في حلقة مقبلة بإذن الله.